I've watched a lot of Vampires SMP recently, okay? As any person chronically online that watches Minecraft YouTubers does, I've been kind of obsessing over it, not really making a lot of videos and just, enjoying it in silence. But I like to talk about my interests, so I decided to make a video about the vampire-human war that's kind of happening right now. It's not really a war, but I wanted to make a video that is going to be something along these lines. Basically, I'm going to list everything bad that the vampires did towards the humans and everything that the humans did bad towards the vampires. Now, this list is obviously not going to include everything, just the big moments. But with all of this said and done, yes, this video will contain spoilers for episode 4 of Vampires SMP and who all are the vampires. You think you already know that, please watch it to your own discretion. This was my Vampires SMP spoiler warning. With all of this said, let's go straight into the video. In episode 1, on the human side, we have Avid, accusing Scott of murdering Shelby, even though he's an innocent, chill vampire that wouldn't do that, okay? Scott wouldn't murder his roommate, okay guys? He may be a homicidal, murderous, over 1000 years old vampire, but he's still pretty good, guys, okay? It's okay, let's give him some slack. Now on the vampire side, on the other hand, we have transforming Pyro into a vampire. Now this happens pretty interesting, first of all, okay? First, Scott lets Owen get a bite out of Pyro, to feed a bit. But, because Scott is older and the vampire's law says that Scott transforms Pyro into a vampire. Therefore, not murdering anybody, Avid, just, making them better, making them a vampire. Yes, I'm on the vampire side doing this, okay? In Romanian, vampires are like my spirit animal. So yeah, pretty straightforward. I think the humans win on this side, actually, though. Episode 2 is most of all pretty chill. Yes, there is the, random accusation from Avid of Scott being a vampire and all of that. But no murder accusation this time, which is kind of okay. So the humans are kind of okay on this one, unfortunately. The vampires aren't. What does Scott, Owen and Pyro do? Well, they take two roads, Scott's roommate Shelby, and they go fishing. Yeah, that seems pretty normal, not really that bad. But then you remember that they are hungry vampires, okay? Scott bears his fangs to steal upon Shelby, but she runs. And then Pyro is getting a bit carried away and eats her, transforms her into a vampire herself. Yes, this does steal Scott's meal and he is kind of mad about that. But overall, again, the humans are kind of still winning so far. The humans are in the right, unfortunately. But not for long. Episode 3 starts pretty good, okay? Owen brings Apo for Pyro and Scott to feast upon her, and by feast I mean take a little bite, just a quick meal. They make a deal. They don't transform Apo into a vampire, but she will bring them somebody else to eat and transform. Well, I hope this won't backfire later. Later, it backfired. Apo didn't bring anybody and they just, murdered Scott for no reason at all. A defenseless vampire who did nothing, but luckily he didn't die because he's a cool as fuck vampire who doesn't die because I don't know, he's a vampire, okay guys? Vampires don't die that easy. Unless you have a stake, or holy water, or they burn from the sun, then they die. But I guess we already know that. Then she comes back. She goes to Scott's castle. Then, murders him again. 2 times, which is, you know, kind of unnecessary, I think. Like, what is Scott even do? He just wants to eat, okay? He just wants to live. He wants to be a free spirit. Why do you, Miss Apo, kill this unfortunate vampire? This rich, egoistical vampire. Like, I don't really understand that. But then they understand the gift of vampirism and decided to let Scott transform them into a vampire. This is where the fun begins. Later on, when all the vampires are just chilling, staying in their castle, the ugly and evil humans come and attack them. And those being Martyn and Cleo. Yeah, they attack these poor defenseless vampires for no reason. You know, they're just chill, you know, ducking and all of that, and they attack them. And Martyn, accidentally or not, burns Shelby. But it doesn't stop there. These humans keep harassing and destroying Scott's property. Like, do they not understand that he has feelings too? Why do they destroy his house a second time? It already burned down. Why do you burn it again? Like, be sorry for real. And Scott, the humble vampire he is, defends himself. And you know, things happen and all of that. Then Pyro, defending his sire, transforms Cleo into a vampire. But Martyn kills Scott. Well, not really, because you know, he's a cool vampire. And Scott comes back and, you know, does what you do when somebody keeps harassing you. You throw them off a bridge, okay? You just throw somebody off a bridge. That's what Scott does. Don't worry, he lived somehow. Apo saves him. But the vampires have a new rank, and that is Zombie Cleo. And for the rest of the video, the vampires, being a big happy family, just chill. Shelby, Scott, Pyro, Owen, Cleo, and Apo. But the humans, again, come to destroy their fun. They scatter, not wanting to fight again, but Owen stays behind. And he tells them, he tells them that if they come here again, he will murder every single one of them and let Avid will let Avid be the last one alive to see all his friends die. You know, some would say that is a bit too far, but they kind of started it, and I love vampires, so this time the vampires are in the right. This episode, they just defended themselves. They didn't attack anybody, okay? All the transformations were pure self-defense, or they let themselves be transformed. Episode 4, the vampires were pretty chill, and the humans totally harassed them every single time they had the chance. For example, we have this, the pure new vampire, Pyro, just chilling in a tree, ducking. And then the humans come to him, threatening him that if he touches them, they will kill him. Yeah, that's kind of racist, you know? And then he's just talking, okay? And this scumbag comes and throws him off a tree, almost killing him. Like, why? He was just chilling there. Why would you do that? And this doesn't end here, because later on, Pyro just chilling, watching the humans from a distance with probably a little bit of ill thoughts, but not really that much. Well, the humans, these bastards, just go and throw us holy water at him, you know? That hurts us vampires. Like, why did he do that? He was just chilling. Why did he throw holy water? And then Pyro leaves because he's a defenseless vampire that didn't do anything wrong. He was just living his life as one does. This is why I hate the humans, guys. But again, later he goes and burns Shelby's and Scott's house because Shelby doesn't want to live back in a town full of vampirists. Like, why does he live in a town full of vampire racist people? Like, she didn't do anything to them and they killed her? Like, be for real, guys. It's kind of your fault, okay? This is just, you know, destroying property because they're different from you. And I don't really like that. That makes me think of what is happening in a real world. What am I doing? Oh yeah, I fucking love Vampirist SMP. I love that. I don't know if it's intentional, but I love the commentary on the people hating people just because they are different. That's amazing, and I really connect to it, especially because I don't know. I don't know why. Okay. Maybe maybe I will do a video later on in the series at the end about how I feel about the story and the commentary of vampires versus humans, but not for now. I don't want to go into it too much. But if you guys have seen the pattern here, Avid is where all the evil from the humans comes from. And he thinks that only some of them are good, only his friends are good. You see what is happening here, guys? Okay, it can be just me, I'm not going crazy. I don't think I'm thinking too much about it. I know this isn't scripted, but it fits too well with the real world, and it's very sad. But again, this is... talking about the real world, yaoi. Okay guys, we are talking about a vampire show here, okay? Of course there's going to be something gay about it. Like, what did you expect? Owen and Legs, the doctor and the vampire. Well, this isn't really something bad on the vampire's part, but there is something good here on the human side. Legs lets Owen take a bite out of him for him to trust the doctor. And I kind of say, guys, I really enjoyed this. I didn't expect it, and I'm really excited to see episode 5 this Sunday. And unfortunately, the next episode will after that be in 2 weeks. How will I live a week without the Vampires SMP episode? I don't fucking know. Now, to be honest, the vampires were really chill this episode. They were just, you know, rage baiting and trolling and annoying people, but they didn't really attack anybody. Owen did, okay, but he's a silly guy and we can excuse that from him. So far, episode 4, I will say that the vampires won, because the humans are too vampirist, and they suck because of that. So overall, I'm honestly going to give you that the vampires are the most innocent here. They didn't try to kill anybody. They don't really did anything with murderous intent. Okay, they could have killed them if they wanted to. Especially here, I think Owen could have easily killed Avid and Drift, but he didn't because he's a good guy, guys. Trust. Okay, I think the vampires are kind of on the good side of this debate. And I'm not saying that every human is bad, okay? There are definitely some good ones that see the good in vampires, like Pearl or Abolish. I think they are some of the good ones. They don't go straight to killing like others, Martyn. And overall, the humans are actually worse, though they have some pretty racist people there. Like Martyn only accepting his friends, Avid only accepting her friend, and there is more. There is Rendog, there is Sausage, but I don't know what to think about Sausage, okay? Okay guys, I don't know if you want to be a vampire or not. I'm kind of conflicted. There's Cleo who wants to kill Scott because her mother was a vampire, their mother was a vampire. What the fuck? What is with this lore, guys, okay? That came out of nowhere, but I'm actually so excited this Sunday to see what is going to happen. I've mostly only watched Scott's, Martyn's, Owen's, and Shelby's POVs. Those are my main POVs, my main 4, but I'm watching other POVs as well. But I've been enjoying Vampires SMP a lot, and I really hope that they will do more YouTube-only SMPs in the future. Because, oh my god, this is amazing. Don't get me wrong, I love the Reds and Cowboys and Pirates, but I don't know, this just feels a lot more cooler in my opinion. For now, I'm Spidey and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.